we look at the proverbial crabs in a barrel. The crabs are trying to get up, but another crab is pulling the crab down.
And what it do is your boy Grade A Dre, CEO of PBG Films, PBG the agency. We live right here on PBG Unplugged. Culture, lifestyle, and entertainment. We got the one and only Rico.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, homie?
What it do, homie?
I appreciate you for coming through.
Appreciate you having me.
You know what I'm saying? So we got Rico G, better known as Boss Life Rico, better known as Troy Green.
The realtor.
You know what I'm saying? The realtor. So, as we all know, or for those who don't know, Rico is one of the founding members of
Boss Life Construction.
Boss Life,
Yeah.
Boss Life Construction. We got Boss Life Foundation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But today we're going to keep it strictly about real estate and giving game on how to become an investor, how to become a buyer in your community, and what it takes to elevate your game on a whole nother level with this real estate thing, man. So tell us a little bit about your real estate journey.
So, man, I've been doing real estate since, at least I know for sure, I probably bought my first property around 2005. I went to the tax auction. I just knew about real estate, but I didn't really know much about it. I was never briefed on it, like, you know what I'm saying? But I just would hear people always say buy property, and then a friend of mine took me and Slim to the tax auction downtown, and he was showing us how to buy properties, and we both bought a property out of there, not knowing what we was doing, didn't do the proper research. It kind of didn't go good. You know, it was a mistake, but it turned out okay. So, and then just from now, I just kept dabbling in it. You know, just buying property as I would go. I was just going and just buying and holding. And then I seen a few other people taking it serious. And so that's why I just always knew that would be my next thing that I would do full time.
Okay, so what was the horrific experience from buying that first property, if we can speak on that?
Yeah. So we went to the tax auction, and it's a list that they give you. Mm-hmm. And they're in there, and they calling out this property, and they say, okay, we got this address, and it is starting bid $2,000. Nobody said nothing, so I'm in there. I'm like, okay, I got some money. What's $2,000?
Right.
So boom, I bid. I get it. I don't do no research, and I don't find the property for at least 5 years, because I wasn't even worried about it. I'm just paying the taxes on it, and I'm like, I didn't know nothing about a survey. I didn't know how to look on the appraisal district and find it. So after about 4 or 5 years, I'm like, man, let me find this property. I had a survey. I learned how to work HCAD. It ended up being something in Studewood on Yale Street. It was good, but I was also landlocked with this other owner.
So what landlocked mean?
It means like a property can be split up into two different HCAD numbers. So if it's just say it's 5,000 square feet, it's a square. They might own 2,500 of it in the front, and I might own the back. So it's like you're sandwiched in between somebody else. So this particular person, it was a family plot. They had it plotted in 3 different sections. And I guess they didn't realize they wasn't paying all 3 taxes. And that one went. And so I ended up buying it, which it turned out to be a good buy, because you know what Yale Street is now. So, and I've been having that ever since then. And I'm actually now, everybody is on terms around to sell, and investors about to buy. So, and then even with Slim's part, you know, he was in that too. It was like they had something for $2,000-3,000, and nobody raised their hand, and on the paper it said it was a house. He bid it, and we went and looked at it. It was not a house. It was a piece of land, but we didn't know then, and it was like, you know, it wasn't no value. We didn't know. I think he let his go. He didn't even care, but I kept at it. So, but that was like the worst experience, because when you purchase it from these tax auctions and these foreclosure auctions, you have to look at that list before the auction comes. And you have to like get you a title person and do a search to make sure there's no liens. There's no other loans against the house or whatever. Because you might buy it in that auction for cheap, $4,000 or $5,000, but then they might owe the bank $50,000. So you could have bought a problem, you know what I'm saying? So you got to do your research before you go in there doing that.
Yeah, so before you go get that property, get a title.
Get with a good title company. So that way they can do the title search for you and make sure there's no extra liens or whatever.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. So after that property, After you did that first property, what led you to keep on going, being that your first experience wasn't that good?
I just always knew that property was good. My parents always was like, buy property, buy property. They liked the idea of buying property, but they just didn't do it. So they couldn't give me all of the information. So I had to research it on my own. And I was just seeing everybody buying property. And I was like, hey, you know, it wasn't that much back then. So we was buying other things like jewelry and cars and partying. So properties that were 10 and 20,000, it's like, all right, let me buy that. And I just went on from there. As I would hear people selling for cheap, I would be like, okay, I would buy it. You know, just everybody in the neighborhood that was saying, I want to get rid of this 10, 20,000, I would buy it. And I had bought a rent house from a friend of mine's dad. He does a lot in the community too, Alfred with Dirtworks. He sold me me and my brother, our first rent house. So I went in there, remodeled it, and that was still kind of like my first experience. And I rented it out. So the people I rented it out to were hustling out of there. But I didn't even have an LLC. It was just in my brother's name.
Yeah.
So they was hustling out of there. And then it's like the police was watching it. So when they pull it up, it's my brother's name. So the police watching his main house. So it became a problem when we still wasn't doing it right. So boom, we sold it. But then after that, I started speaking with my mentor, Johnny Hollins. And he was giving me the game. And I'm like, okay, so now I need to set it up right. So now I'm just off to buying properties. And I'm putting them in the business name. So anybody that's coming through and selling them at a good price, I'm buying them or I'm flipping them just like that.
Okay, so I hear you say you speak on your mentorship. By you having all your own capital and your own resources, how important it is to have a mentor in this industry?
You need a mentor to help you not make those paid mistakes because it can cost you a lot. You know, so you need somebody to guide you on through that as far as even with lending. I went through and I was spending I spent a lot of my own money. If I would have known better, I would have had everything straight and borrowed money from those banks. You know, a lot of people don't like to. And even with Boss Life Construction, we was building homes and buying properties all out of our pocket, straight cash. So I wish we would have known better, but the bank asks a lot of questions. They want your tax returns. They want to see this and then, you know, and all of that. And at the time, we was like, nah, we just want to do it. So we was just buying it on our own. So, but you know, we don't have no liens or nothing. It's all ours, which is cool. But now moving forward, what I know now, I'm using all bank money.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, so get y'all stuff together, man. Go get y'all some money from the bank. And it's crazy that you spoke on that because lately, like you have all these people that's doing like fixing your credit and all this, that, and the third, but they never tell you how to turn your money into a real asset outside of a house or a car or going to go get you some jewelry on credit.
Right.
Tell people, can you let us know like how important or how you done seen the difference between spending your money in the club than buying these properties? How has that changed your circumstances and your lifestyle?
Man, just, you know, everybody got that thing that they like to do. Of course, you know, we like to buy jewelry. We like to, you know, go to the club, but you just have to do it in a certain moderation at what you can afford, you know. Because I like to spend my money where I can see it so I can make it back because I did the jewelry thing. I remember one time I had it was an acre of land that my mama kept telling me, buy this acre, buy this acre. It was like 40 grand. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. I ended up buying an iced out Audemars. I bought an Audemars. I had to have it. This was 2010.
Oh, that was hot then.
Yeah, it was hot, and I had it, and I noticed, and that acre ended up selling. And later on, about 8 years later, that same acre was selling for like $150,000 because it was Tomball. It was hot, and I was like, man, I spent like 35 on this AP. And I was like, everybody started getting them. And then I went back to the jeweler and they was like, yeah, we'll give you 25. And I was like, okay. So, you know, you just have to have enough money to where you can take that loss. But I just say, go ahead and put that in that real estate, man. Something that's going to gain. You very seldom lose on real estate unless you pay too much. But that's why you have to have your mentor or whatever so you'll know you're making the right buy.
Right.
Your mentor or your realtor.
Right. So let's hit on the topic of investing. Like, what's your take on like investment properties? Whether it's investment in commercial real estate, residential real estate. Like, what's the difference between the two?
It just the difference between commercial and residential. You know, sometimes residential is a little, it's different rules. It can be a little slower because if you buy one house and you're getting $1,500, $2,000 a month, sometimes that's a little slow for people when you're dealing with one renter. For say you go get a strip center, you're getting 5 or 6 spaces, and then you got 6 different renters. And with a residential, you kind of responsible for things, you know, like to fix. And in commercial, you really don't have to be responsible for anything. So it's kind of like the tenant kind of does that on their own. They're responsible for their build out. They're responsible for plumbing. Only thing on commercial real estate you're responsible for is maybe the driveways or the roof, you know, just like that. But everything else, they do it. But your money can possibly come faster in commercial, but it's also more expensive.
I feel that. So I see you talk about a lot on your social media platform, the things that you got to do as far as your properties and how you may get in there and do it yourself. As far as I seen like one time you was fixing your floors.
Yeah.
So how has that been, like learning how to save your money when it come down to investing in your properties?
Because every penny you save, when you doing it, that's more you can make back. Because I got some friends that flip. So when they come in, if they doing a remodel, if a remodel is $50,000, but they can do the floors and they can do the painting, if you can save $10,000 doing it yourself, then that's $10,000 in your pocket.
For sure.
Because it's really some basic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who can't paint?
Right.
And then with YouTube and TikTok, you can learn how to do the floors and, you know, other things. Now, certain stuff is too hard for you, you know, electrical, you can't, you know, I ain't playing with that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Don't want to get shocked.
No, but certain things, you know, you kind of do it on your own, and I don't like waiting for people.
Right.
So if you keep telling me tomorrow, I want to get in there and get it done myself.
Yeah, that's what's up. So you buy properties, you investment properties, and a real estate agent. So on a real estate agent, like what is the typical day of Troy Green as a real estate agent? Man,
as a real estate agent, see, I became an agent because with Boss Life Construction, we were building properties and we were selling them, we was paying the agent. And then also when we were looking for properties, I was steady calling and I'd be like, hey, I need comps on this or this, whatever you think. And sometimes agents, they got other things to do. So I was like, well, let me go do this myself. So when I'm looking for something, I can automatically just do it on my own. I can get my answers back fast. And then I became an agent for that. But I got with a brokerage. And then when people found out I was an agent, they just started calling me. So I transitioned to an everyday real estate agent. So just basically on my everyday is, man, just if showing properties, just helping people buy, just educating them, you know what I'm saying? So if somebody want to buy a house, I'm walking them through the process as far as getting pre-approved for a loan. Once we get that, I'm taking you out, I'm finding out exactly what you need, and I'm showing you different houses, you know what I'm saying, for you to buy. And people think that, oh, I don't need a real estate agent. It's not like negotiating for a car. Because we put a lot of work behind it. Because once we find the house you want, we have to put in an offer. You know, and we have to make sure that that offer is good and strong and make sure that you're going to be able to close. So it's a lot that goes into that option period. Make sure you're getting your inspection and appraisals. Just making sure that making you the right buy.
Right. Yeah, that's what's up. So for the people that's like coming up, that's looking to buy homes or do properties, and what would you say the difference between leasing and owning a property?
See, I'm glad you asked me that. So if you've been looking at Instagram Reels and TikTok, it's a lot of people been saying it's not worth it to buy because you got to put so much money down. The interest rate, the mortgage is high. You have to pay for everything to be fixed. The taxes are high. But it's the same thing. An owner, when you're leasing, they funnel all of that right to you. So you're leasing, and you're paying that, taxes are in there, insurance is in there, all of their bills is pretty much in there at the same time. So you're pretty much paying it. But leasing or buying kind of goes to you. If you're, I would say, like young and you want to live in the city and you don't want to have a yard or maintenance, go get you a high rise. But if you want to own something, you know, that you can put your money into, because this house is going to gain value over time. So, but if you leasing, you can't come in, you can't remodel. You can't smoke in there like you want. You got to pay a pet deposit. And at any given time, this person can say, hey, I'm selling this house. You got to move. So you got to continuously move every month. Then if you got kids, you want your kids to have their own room, be stationed at one school. And then also, if you got felonies, it's hard to get in the house. So if you got a felony, you definitely need to be buying a house, because most landlords are going to say no felonies, no evictions, no broken leases, a credit score of at least 650. But who's not a felon?
You're right.
So, you know what I'm saying?
The president even a felon.
Yeah, the president is a felon. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to lease. But like I say, it's about what caters to you. If you young and you want to stay near the city and you want the high rise, and that's for you, go ahead, you know. But if you buy this house now, $300,000, you keep this house 10, 15 years, it might be worth $350,000 to $400,000. Yeah, you're going to fix a few things, but what do you put your money in that gives you a return like that?
All right.
You go buy a Benz right now for $100,000. In 2 years, when you put the miles on it, that Benz is worth 60. So, you know what I'm saying? You lose it.
Right. So being from the north side of Houston, what's your opinion on the gentrification of our communities out here?
At first, I didn't like it. But now I understand, after building over there, you just can't, a lot of blacks that are in the community don't understand. They either want to move out of the community or they don't want it. They selling grandma's house. So gentrification is going to happen. It's about selling it. Whoever going to buy it, then that just is what it is. We have to have the mindset of, okay, I grew up over here. So I know my mama's house old, but I'm going to take a loan against it and remodel it, and I'm going to stay here. Or I'm going to buy me some land over here, and I'm going to stay in my neighborhood. But most of us tend to move away. We want to get out. So if you moving, then you give an opportunity for somebody else to buy it.
Right.
So we don't have a plan to say we're going to do this, and we move somewhere else, and then the hood ain't ours no more.
Right. Yeah, I be driving through Acres Home. I be like, where I'm at? Like, yeah, like I moved out the hood probably 10 years ago, maybe 12. And so like even when I go back now, it's kind of like, even like on Greenshaw, like what y'all was pretty much from some of the first people to put newer homes into the neighborhood. For sure. And like the your 3 stories.
Right. We were the first to do those. D-Priest. Yeah. So I've made the observation that we not building wide no more, we building up. Yeah. So what's the motto behind that? A lot of people build up just so they can get more houses on the space. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of people really, they not like us back in the day. They don't want big yards. They don't want maintenance and all of that. So that's why a lot of people are going straight up. Most people really go to work, come home, pull in the garage, and that's it. They not playing outside or whatever, you know. But, you know, us, we country boys. So we like the space. I love the space. So, you know, I got to have me some land, you know. Yeah,
man, you know it's crazy. So the I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, you asked me about a property that my family owned. You know, they lost it.
Man, your family owned a lot of property over there in
They lost it, bro.
Which one was it?
The one next to Pee Wee's.
Okay. Was it on the corner?
Nah, so
the other one.
They lost both sides.
Yeah.
So the only thing that still is ours is Pee Wee's.
Yeah.
But this is the crazy part about it. So being that you saying that that's landlocked, I asked you that because that property next door is landlocked because my Uncle Pee Wee still owns. He owned the driveway to the house and the property next to it.
Right.
So the only thing that they have is the lot that's the house is on.
Yeah. So either way, so Pee Wee might have to, if they go to a judge, he'll have to give them access. So somebody got to give them access. But yeah, that's crazy. And what's your reason for your people losing it? Is it that no will or?
I think in my opinion, I think just selfishness.
Yeah.
I think selfishness and pride. I think that's how a lot of properties are lost in our neighborhood.
A lot of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Mainly too is the parents didn't leave a will, so it goes to 5 or 6 kids. It's broke up, so you know one don't want to pay the taxes or whatever. But then a lot of them will know that they losing it, and they'll just let it go. And they won't even tell somebody, hey, look, I'm 10,000 behind on taxes. I'll never get 10,000 in my life. So I won't get it. Just give me 10 more thousand to move and you can get it. But they'll sit there and let it go to the auction and they'll let another race buy it and take your community. Bro, I was in the tax auction. I seen people that I know never set foot in Acres Home that are in there bidding on these properties. And I know one property in particular, I know this lady didn't know where it was because it was next to where we hang out and keep our horses. So, and that one was landlocked. And she bought it by the amount of square feet. It was in half an acre. She didn't care where it was. She didn't care it was landlocked. She knew sooner or later, when they start buying around, they gonna buy her, and a developer bought that.
Yeah, man, that's crazy because, and that's why I got so much respect for your campaign, because you actually one of the few people that want to help us keep our stuff in the neighborhood. Because when you ask about that property, I'm like, yeah, they've been trying to go through that for years. And even when I had my little run with the money, I was trying to,
yeah, just selfishness.
Just
bro.
selfish, man. So being that you that y'all like help build the community and to try to keep properties in the neighborhood, how does that feel to you as far as your legacy and your generational curses, breaking like generational curses for y'all?
Man, I love it because I still own rental properties in Acres Home, so I'm still over there every day. I just want to keep it forever, and I'm stuck, and that's why I keep all my properties over there. I don't sell them or whatever, but it means a lot, you know, that we're gonna have it forever. Because if you look at the Heights was like Black, Mexican, you know, and those are $1 million houses right now. So just think, if we would have kept those houses over there, we would be sitting on a lot. If we fixed them up and rented them out, we would be generating a big income right now, you know, $3,000-4,000 a month. So that's why I'm pretty much hanging on to my properties in Acres Home, because I don't want it to become the Heights and I'm like, I done sold out for 200,000.
Yeah.
I'm passing it down to my kids.
Man, it's crazy because I'm out the country now. I'm back in the city, so I'm coming through, and I'm in the Heights. I'm like, damn, where Booker T at? Man, Booker T looking like ACC now.
Exactly, man.
And it's crazy, bro. Like the school not even where it was. The school is on a whole nother side.
Right.
They got this big monument thing in the middle. I'm like, man, what this is? It's
totally Studewood. It's totally different. They don't even call it that no more. It's Independence
Heights. Yep.
So, you know, man, it's just, and Acres Home is not the same no more. Everything elevates with time. So, you know, we can't stop it. You got more people moving to Houston. Acres Home, Studewood is so close to downtown. So it's like, you know, and there's no HOA, so they can build whatever they want. They can.
Oh, I ain't know that. I ain't know what no HOA.
No HOA. So, and that's why a lot of people, business owners, buying Acres Home and Studewood, because it ain't no HOA. You can put your business over there. If you go through Acres Home and you look on Mansfield, you're gonna see a lot of 18-wheelers because you don't have to buy no office. You don't have to rent an office. You got your house here and you got your business here. So that's why a lot of people like moving over there.
I didn't know that. So how important is a HOA to communities?
HOA is important because it keeps rules on the community. You know, like if you go in a regular neighborhood with a HOA, they'll tell you can't paint your house a certain color. You can't have cars sitting in front of the driveway. You can't park your flatbed trailer in the front. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of regulate. You know what I'm saying? Versus Acres Home, you can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want. Exactly. So you can do what you want. So those are differences with an HOA.
Yeah, I feel that, man. If y'all want to get a house, condo, business, Rico.
Y'all get at me, man. It's Troy Green. My Instagram is the Realtor Troy Green, but I'm also doing an investment program now to where if you're looking to invest, I can help you find the land. I can get your house built. I can get your personal house built. I can get your investment house built. Multifamily. Right now, I'm selling a fourplex that's located in Acres Homes off of Deep Street. I have that one that'll be done in about 30 days. And that's another thing. Investing, that's a long-term investment.
Yeah, let's speak on that. Let's speak on them multifamily homes.
Yeah, so man, a lot of people are on duplexes. I'm no shade to them. I'm on to 4.8. So if you get a fourplex, you can just say me and you. I'm selling this one right now for $675. If me and you, just say we put $75 down, we take a loan for $600. We each go get a loan for $300. You know what I'm saying? We could each live in one part and live and rent the other 2 out. It's gonna be a long-term investment, bro. So in 5 to 10 years, this $675,000 fourplex might be worth $1 million in the next 10 years.
Right.
So it's not gonna go down. But I'm also partnered with a builder to where we'll be building these for people if they want them, you know. But yeah, investment, that's a long-term investment. Multi-family, that's the way to go. That's what I'm about to start doing on a lot of my lots in Acres Home. I'm going to be doing full and eightplex. Because if I'm going to have somebody paying my note, the renters are paying my note. So in 20 to 25 years, that's my retirement plan. So once that note is paid, and each unit, if I got 4 units getting me at least $1,500 a month, that's $6,000. So you know what I'm saying? And if you got 5 of these, you know, that's a good passive income to sit back and
that's a great passive income.
That's a great passive income, and that's what a lot of people do. So you get the renters in there to pay your rent off. So everybody say, I don't want to buy, I want to rent. Cool. Just invest in that person's retirement plan.
So let me ask you this: when it come down to the multifamily homes, the fourplexes, are those going wide or those going up?
Well, the ones we just did, they doing both, but the ones we just did, it's more wider. It's on a 10,000 square foot lot. It's 3,700 square feet, so it's more wider. It's a big parking lot. It's fenced in. But those, but mines that I'm gonna do, the fourplex, I'm gonna be more wide, you know. And my 8, they might be 4 at the bottom or 4 at the top. So, but everybody want to kind of fit more on their property. So it's business, you know what I'm saying? But when you lease it, you don't have a say so.
Yeah, you know, I was over there on St. Clair the other day, and I was at I think it's the Crab Station, and I was checking out the lady lot. I was like, man, you can put 6 houses on this one property.
Yeah,
and it's just crazy because it's people like you that are from the area, educating the area. And the money is definitely in the area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody out there that's spending your money in whatever moderation, man, if y'all got lots, y'all need to get with this man, Troy Green, and see how to facilitate some financial stability with your properties. Cause they leasing them.
Yeah.
Man, they moving in. I ain't seen so many Teslas in Acres Home.
You know what I'm
talking about? I'm talking about they got Tesla. This look like a Tesla factory. I'm like, bro, what all these people come with these Teslas?
They jogging in Acres Home.
They jogging. They walking their dogs at nighttime.
Exactly. So yeah, man, if y'all wanna, you know, get you a long-term investment, you know, towards your retirement plan, call me. We can sit down. You know, we map it out, and I make sure you're making the right buy. I got the right builder, so everything will be, you know, on the up and up. So, because that's what we have to look forward to. You know, it's about later on when we 50 and 60. I'm looking to be, when I'm 60, I want to be somewhere on a boat.
Nah, for real.
Dressed like SDS. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around here hustling and bustling. So I need that passive income to where I can sit down and chill and my money just coming in every month. You know, I'll still be working.
Right.
But I don't want to have to be out there scratching for it.
Yeah, man. So if y'all trying to get into investment properties, if y'all need a home, Troy Green is your man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I'm Boss Life Rico on Instagram. Realtor Troy Green. My phone number is 832-250-6439.
Yeah, man. Troy Green, Boss Life Foundation, Boss Life
Construction, Boss Life Clothing, Boss Life everything.
Yeah, everything, man. I'm proud of you, Rico.
Appreciate you, bro. I'm proud of you too on everything you're doing.
I appreciate it. So if y'all need that property, y'all need that real estate game. When you having your next
Man, I'm looking to do something. I was thinking about March. I'm gonna do March or April. So I'm gonna team up. I'm doing something with Cantu. He does a lot with the juvenile reform system, and he has his own tequila. And I'm gonna do something with Milton because he has the security and he has a car service.
Right.
So we're gonna do something together. But I just want to make sure that it's gonna be helpful and everybody can learn something. I'm gonna put everybody in one room instead of just real estate.
Right. Man, that's what's up, man. So we out here for this afternoon. We got Troy Green. If y'all need any real estate needs, necessities, make sure y'all contact with him. His information will be in the bio. PBG Unplugged, man. We out.